I'm going to say that again. If I don't have a mission, I don't know what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. And if I don't have a vision, I don't know where I'm going. So when you put these two things together, it gives you your why and your blueprint and your anchor and your destination. What up, y'all? Welcome back to Practice, the podcast where we fuse research and culture to help you develop the mindset, habits, and skills that you need in order to live out your purpose with confidence. I'm your host, Dr. Rees. It's time to get better, y'all. Let's grow. Y'all, I'm so excited that you're here because you being here listening to this podcast means one thing. You're trying to get better. That means you're trying to maximize who you are. You're trying to live out your purpose. And you're trying to really ultimately be the best person that you can be. And that makes me so excited. So in this episode, we're going to talk about the first aspect of the purpose equation, right? The purpose formula, the thing that allows us to be and do what we was created to be and be who we was created to be and do what we was created to do. And that is live out our purpose with confidence. So our focus though is our mission and our vision and having clarity around that. Now, this aspect is so important because if I don't have a mission, I don't know what I'm doing. Does that make sense? Like if I don't have a mission, I don't know what I'm doing. And if I don't have a vision, I don't know where I'm going. So I'm going to say that again. If I don't have a mission, I don't know what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. And if I don't have a vision, I don't know where I'm going. So when you put these two things together, it gives you your why and your blueprint and your anchor and your destination. Your why, your blueprint, your anchor and destination. Having a mission and a vision gives you the ability to be anchored in one spot and moving forward at the same time. Having a mission and a vision allows you to be anchored, allows you to be rooted, allows you to be in solid foundation and be moving forward at the same time. The reason why that's so powerful is because so many of us get caught up in frivolousness that we're not anchored. Right? You're not rooted. And if you're not rooted, then it's hard to build a solid foundation around you, right? Like I can use any tree analogy, right? Whether it's the bamboo tree or a regular tree or a palm tree, all trees to be as healthy as they can be and big and large and produce great fruit have to be rooted. And if you're not rooted, it's hard for you to grow. And so your mission gives you that root. It gives you that anchor. It gives you that why. It gives you that meaning behind it all, right? It gives you that meaning behind it all. So the mission, it gives you that thing that I'm going on. It gives you that thing that I'm doing. It gives you that energy of my like, why did you get started? Well, this is why. Why are you doing this? Well, this is why. What's the point? This is it, right? So if our purpose is the point, our mission is giving us that piece right there. Now, when you pair this with your vision, it tells you what is it that I want to see as a result of this. Our vision is our mission coming to fruition. I'm saying it again. Our vision is our mission coming to fruition, right? So if my mission is what I'm setting out to do, what I'm anchored in, who I want to become, is my rooting, is my foundation, then my vision is all of my mission coming to fruition, right? It's me being able to see it. And what's so dope about having a vision is that you may get to that destination that you have visualized in your mind, and it'll always, hopefully, be better than what you visualized, right? And so, but by having the mission, this increases other aspects within our mind, other aspects that we'll talk about when it comes to the purpose equation that we talked about in last episode, but that's our psychological capital. So having a vision influences the development of optimism. Having a vision influences the development of hope. Having a vision keeps me resilient because I know that where I'm at is not where I'm going to stay. I know that where I'm at is a part of the process. So when we talk about trusting the process, you have to trust the process because you have a vision. Or let me say it like this. I trust my process because I have a vision. I trust my process because I have a vision. And I also know that when you stick to the process and you're consistent with the process, that the process is going to produce. And that's the thing. So that's why I'm committed to the mission and the vision, because when you're set out on a mission, you develop a process and you trust the process because you have a vision. So it's important for you to understand these things when it comes to living out your purpose, because they are the very start of where it is that I'm going, why I got started, and why I'm going to finish. And I want to encourage you, before you do anything else, any other goal setting and all that stuff, is to get to the root and say, what is my mission? What is my why? Why am I getting started? Why am I going to finish? I need to have clarity over this. Am I heading in the right direction? Is my ladder on the right roof, right? Am I heading where it is that I'm supposed to head? And if you don't have a clear understanding of either one of those, you're going to often find yourself in the wrong space, doing the wrong thing, being unfulfilled. And the thing is, too, is you may have accolades. You may have the profession that comes with the profit, but that doesn't mean you're fulfilled. And this is why we want to have a clear idea of what my mission is and what my vision is, because it's going to lead to fulfillment. This is going to enable you to count it all joy. Even when the process gets tough, when the going gets tough, it's not if, but when, that when I'm in it, I can trust it. I know that I can count it all joy because I know that I'm in alignment with what it was and who it is that I was created to be. So I jumped off, but I'm going to go backwards real quick. The quote for this episode is, without vision, people perish. Without vision, people perish. If you don't have a vision for your life, what are you doing? Where are you going? And I don't say that in a condemning way. I say that in a way of curiosity. If you don't have a vision, where are you going? It's like, I get one of my favorite things to do is drive and listen to music. I've driven across the country and I love it. But when I get in the car, I know where I'm going. And the other day I was like, I haven't drove and just listened to music in a minute, because I be having my son with me or my lady with me. And so she liked to listen sometimes to different music than I like to listen to. And then he want to listen to the same song 50 times in a row and I don't, right? And I was like, I want a drive and music session for me. That sounds so bomb. But then I was like, but where am I going to go? I ain't had nowhere to go. So I didn't go. I didn't want to just drive around aimlessly because I didn't have a vision of the destination of where I was trying to go. So I never went. So the thing for that, when it applies to us as humans in just daily life, is like, if I don't know where I'm going, I probably won't. But when I said, you know what, I'm going to fly to the East Coast and I'm going to drive around that entire part of the country so I can go to 14 states in 2 countries in 12 days. I had a mission and I had a clear vision of what I was going to do and how I was going to do it. And I bought the ticket, I rented the car, I got my joint, and I went and did it. So that is what I'm saying. And is you have clarity over the what, and you see it happening and you make it happen. And that same exact thing can happen for you in your life. And that is you living in purpose, on purpose. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. I might even want it on my tombstone. You were born with the purpose, on purpose, to live out your purpose. And attached to that is these 2 things, a mission and a vision. I like to call it your MVP, your mission, your vision, and your purpose. So, but today we're just focusing on how and why do these 2 things matter? All right. I want you to ask yourself this question. Would you follow a leader that had no vision and didn't know where they were going and had no plan and no passion? Would you follow a leader that had no vision of where they were going, no plan, and no passion? Now, most likely, a lot of times, a lot of us are following and have leaders within our institutions and orgs and all that stuff that don't really have a vision, or may not really have a good plan, or may not have any passion or whatever, right? Like, that happens from a logistical stance. I get it. But if you really have the choice and the option, would you do it? Probably not. So my question back to you, or my second question is this: why are you that person? If that's you, that may not be you. You may be the person who has a vision and your passion, you have a plan and all those different things. I love it. Cool, cool, cool. But for the person who doesn't, we got to figure that out. We got to make that happen, because I need you to lead you in a way that inspires others to also want to follow you and to do the same thing. I want you to be the model of what that looks like. And so in this, and what we're about to break down is to figure out, okay, how and what does mission and why is it important in relation to purpose? And when it comes to vision, why is it important in relation to when it comes to mission? And that comes into purpose and me being able to live this joint out confidently. All right. So having a mission is important to purpose because blueprint, like I talked about, the anchor, and it's the why, don't give up. Right? And all of the reason why this is an equation, because it's all together. The mission is the blueprint. It's the, okay, this is the mission that we're going on. This is the plan that I have. And a lot of things, which is super dope, is there's other people who have been role models who do things similar to what you want to do. And you can look at their blueprint. I think about Jay-Z, and there's Gail did an interview with him, and she was like, there's that infamous question: would you rather have $1 million or have dinner with Jay-Z? And folks are like, oh man, I'd rather have dinner with Jay-Z. And then he's like, what are you doing? Take the money. And he says take the money for obvious reasons. And the reason is, if you want the blueprint, I already gave it to you. Right? If you want the mission, it's in the music. You can go take that $1 million, buy the CD, go on iTunes, whatever it is, listen to all of it. The blueprint is in there. The blueprint of the how and the why and the what is in there. And a part of his mission, especially now, and what he's doing, is to help other Black and brown folks like himself in multiple different avenues to be able to do what they was born to do, right? To be a living example of what that looks like. And so that's one aspect of mission. Right? The other part is the anchoring piece, like I talked about a second ago, but the ability to anchor myself in this thing. And I'll use another injunction with this is filter. My mission is a filter for all my decisions. My mission is to instill the right to confidence into other people by way of passion, love, repetition, and relationship. If what I am about to set out to do with my gifts and talents and time and energy, if it does not go through that filter, I'm not doing it. Period. Now, I set this mission, almost 15 years ago. So I've had this filter since I was still in college, which is why I talk about having purpose privilege, is because I've always had this at the forefront of my mind, where a lot of folks don't have the ability to have that at the forefront of their mind. So they spend a lot of their life in other spaces and then look back and say, oh my gosh. And so again, a part of my mission is to help other people be able to have that same purpose privilege, especially young folks, so they can live their life. They can live their purpose with confidence and enjoy it from an early age and not have to wait until they're 30, 40, 50, 60 trying to figure out how to live, right? And so it's the filter for your decision making. So if a job opportunity comes up, you say, okay, if my mission in life is to do these things, doing that and taking that job doesn't allow me to do that, then it's a no. It's a precursor for my actions. Your mission is a precursor for your actions. Your mission is a precursor for your decision making. Your mission is a precursor for your routines, your discipline, your consistency. It's a precursor for all those things. That's why it's important for you to, number one, to set a mission and to write the mission statement down and to know it and to memorize it and to have it written on your heart. So when things come your way, the decision is already made. If it doesn't align with my mission, baby, it can miss me. Period. It's mission or bust for me. And I think it has to be, I believe it has to be that serious, because your mission is you. Your mission is your actions. Your mission is your habits. Your mission is how you set out. Your mission is your purpose. They're one and one. So the next piece though is your mission is also your moneymaker. And this is why it's that much more important, is because When I understand that living out my mission is me living out my purpose, which is connected to me making money and or not, right? It allows me to impact or not impact that many more other people. So if my mission is my money maker, then I need to be real serious about that joint. So again, going back to the job analogy, if a certain job requires me to do certain things and I'm becoming off a mission, am I doing it just for money, or is it going to give me more time freedom that I want? You go back to mission. I want to be able to do these couple things when it comes to my life. Ooh, does that allow me to do it? I don't know. The other aspect is if I'm on mission, I'm always on purpose, which means money must be about to follow. And I say that because when you're living on mission and you're intentional with investing in your gifts and talents, right, to see that mission turn into fruition, there's going to be things that are going to attract to you, right? There's going to be other people who are on mission, right? It's going to cultivate a different type of energy that comes to you. So your mission is your money maker because it cultivates a different type of energy inside of you that drives how you do what you do and when you do it and why you do it. Okay. The other piece is, I said this in the last episode, but I'm going to say it again. Your mission is your start and your finish. It's the why you start and it's the why you finish, right? You put that mission and vision together. It's the why I start and the why I finish. I'm going to do this because it's the mission, right? Why? I got a mission. It's a part of who I am. A part of my mission is this. So let's move on to vision. When it comes to our vision, you have to understand that your vision is not seen by everybody. And I know that folks say that a lot, but it's also really, really, really important for you to believe it, for you to consume it, for you to be like, it's not for everybody to see. And you have to still act it out despite who sees it. You also need to know it's not for everybody to see. And I'm saying this in a different way. Not everybody will see it, and it's not for everybody to see. Not everybody will see it, and it's not for everybody to see. And I say it in those two different ways because when you're starting out with something, you have to take action. And not everybody will see exactly where it is that you're going. And that's because it's maybe not for them to see. But if they're supposed to be in cahoots with what you got going on, they'll see the vision. And they'll see the vision because they see you on mission. People will see the vision in you and where you're going because they'll see you on mission. Now, remember when I said mission, your mission is attached to your habits, your action, your discipline, your consistency, your how you do, your what you do, your why you do. So when people see you on mission, it'll be easier for them to see the vision because they're like, oh, they're headed that direction. And then if we go back to the Jay-Z analogy, Brad left, and not just Jay-Z, but other people, they're leaving blueprints. So when somebody's following a blueprint, they're starting to do those things that the blueprint says to do. Other people will see it, and then they're going to start investing in you. This is to my second point. I hope you're rocking out with me. Is it's not for everybody because you don't need the whole world to be on board with your vision. You don't need the whole world to be on board with your vision. I remember Eric Thomas this was like last year, and he was talking about like, I don't need another million people. He was going to go on some show and they were talking about how it's going to boost ratings and different things. He had a book going out and all this stuff. And he was like, and I heard him say this in person speaking in Houston last year. And he was like, I don't need another million. I don't want another million. And I think that's important because you don't need the whole world. If you really did the math on how many people you need as an entrepreneur stance to really support and to buy into your brand and community, if you really did the math on like how many friends do we really need, again, Jay-Z reference, he was like, there's not many of us, but less is more. There's plenty of us, right? Like you start to value like, oh, I don't need a milli. I don't need 10 mil. I might just need 5 mil. I might need a brand that impacts a couple thousand. I might only need 100 schools, right? Whatever the case may be is you don't need everybody to see the vision, and the vision's not for everybody to see, period, right? And that's important because if you get caught up in needing everybody to see the vision and everybody to support the vision, you gonna lose vision. you're going to lose sight. You're going to lose vision. You're going to lose energy and optimism and excitement and lose the vision because now you're starting to you looking at everybody else versus looking at the vision that you were given in order for you to execute on. That's what I'm saying, right? So don't be so, and I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to me because I'm in the same boat as you. We in the same boat, right? We rowing together. I'm in this with you. And it's important for you to stay, and sometimes not necessarily with little guiders on like horses, because there might be somebody to my right that is beneficial and that's trying to help, and I may not have even known, but you have to be able to be focused on where it is that you're going and also pivot and see, okay, oh yeah, yep, boom, you trying to get in the boat too, let's go. So, and that takes skill. But another part about this and the importance when it comes to vision and its connection to your purpose is vision cultivates energy. Vision cultivates energy. In one actual practical way, like an actual way that you can get your vision to cultivate energy, I do it every day, is to visualize. Oh my gosh. Visualization, when I get up from visualizing, I'd be like, oh, the energy hits different. The reason why it hits different is because our brains literally do not know the difference between reality and just a vision that you've cultivated. So this is a practice that I have for about, it depends on the day, 5 to 10 plus minutes. I will lay down, I will sit down, I will walk around, and I will be visualizing in my head. I will see it and I'll write it down. I'll look at my vision board. I'll write my vision statements down, my confidence mantras, all that stuff. Then I'll go in my head and I will be where my vision is at. And I develop an organic smile that comes from that organic energy cultivated because I'm living in my vision. And then I get up and it gives me the energy, the organic energy, to go up and make it happen. Because when you see it, it influences your actions, which is my vision is the future, but then it goes back to me being on mission, which is why my vision is my mission coming to fruition. Because I gotta be on mission in order for the vision to become a reality. But in your mind, it doesn't have to be your current reality at this moment. Because you still got to put in the work to make it happen, but your brain doesn't know the difference. So that's going to give you increased energy and optimism to keep getting after it. So the next thing, right, is it's going to cultivate that optimism and hope, which is aspect number 4 of our purpose is psychological capital. But you need the optimism and hope. Vision gives you that. It's like, ooh, but look where I'm going. I might be here, but look where I'm going. Right? It keeps you excited. Energy turns into optimism. And vice versa, which continues to give you hope because you're going to get beat down in some way, shape, or form. It's going to be tiring. It's going to be exhausting. It's going to be all these different things. It's not going to be easy. And that's every journey. That's life. That's all of it. But when I have a vision of what I'm stepping out and pursuing to do, keep the vision at the forefront of your mind. Keep the vision in your phone. Keep the vision in your pictures. Write the vision down. Look at the vision. Smile. Allow it to cultivate these different chemicals in your body that empower you to go out and do and make happen. Okay? Because of that, vision's going to do 3 things. It's going to give you excitement. It's going to give you motivation. And it's going to give you inspiration. Vision gives you excitement, motivation, and inspiration. The reason why this is important is because when you have a vision for your life, when you have a vision for your village's life, your community's life, for how you want to impact other people's life, it's going to excite you to take action. That's going to be the motivation that you need in any aspect of your life. I don't care if it's physically, monetarily, travel-wise, what doesn't matter. When you have a vision, it's going to excite you. It's going to give you the motivation to take action. It's going to inspire you to stay consistent. So vision will give you excitement, right? That's organic energy. It's going to give you the motivation to take action and the inspiration to stay consistent. Inspiration is necessary because then you start to see inspiration almost everywhere and you're looking at the world from a different lens. from a curiosity lens, from an excited lens, from a like, ooh, I can be inspired by that, from a creative aspect. Because inspiration helps you sustain, because motivation sometimes is fleeting. You might wake up motivated, but then you need some more vision to stay inspired to be consistent. Does that make sense? And then you're going to need that excitement. And so that, again, is the energy that's cultivated of why you need a vision in order for you to live out your purpose. So I'm pumped. My energy is through the roof at the moment. And I have to contain myself to this seat or else I'm going to get up and get after it in another way. And I don't want to do that right now. So here's what I need you to do. Here are your takeaways. Here's your skills and drills to execute your ability to live out your purpose with confidence, but to understand the first aspect of this purpose equation formula, mission and vision clarity. I need you to create a mission statement. Now, this doesn't need to be super lengthy, but it needs to be something that you can write down on paper and say, this is how I want to live my life. I want my life to be this. My mission is to ... Write that joint down. My mission is to instill the right to confidence into other people by way of passion, love, repetition, relationship. I don't care who it is. I just hope that my life is lived in a way that it does those 4 things. So the question to you is, what do you hope that your life does for yourself and for others? Then write a vision statement. Create it. What do you want to see? Right? Have a vision board, which is super is to see it, but have a vision statement. My vision statement is, I want to see other people confidently living out their purpose. That's the vision I want to see. So when I see other folks, whether it's my players or people I know or coached and different things, and they're living out there, I just love it. I love it. So that's my vision. That's what I want to see as a result of me being on mission. So write that down. What do you want to see as a result of your actions, as a result of your life? What do you want to see? The last thing is I want you to write it down. I want you to read it daily. And I need you to tell someone that you love to help hold you accountable for how you live. Am I living on mission? Ooh, that wasn't in line with my mission. Are you living in according to your vision? Right? And again, go back to that question we asked at the top. Would you follow a leader who wasn't passionate, who didn't have a plan, didn't know where they were going? Right? And if you wouldn't follow that leader, don't be that leader. So that's my encouragement. That's my message. That is my coaching for today. I hope that you are leaving this session feeling like you got better, feeling like you developed some tangible skills that you can really apply, feeling encouraged and motivated to get after it, to get better. And I need you to do a couple things. It's my call to action so we can grow this community so that way you can bless somebody else with this joint. I need you to share. I need you to like. I need you to follow. I need you to comment. All those different things, whether you're listening to it or you're watching it on YouTube or something like that. I need you to like, follow, share, subscribe, because this is me being on mission and trying to coach as many folks up as I can. So I thank you. I appreciate you. I need you to remember 2 things. That you are the bag and you are worthy of living out your purpose with confidence. I love you. Until next time. Peace.